Oink, oink, zoo pals, buzz, buzz, zoo pals, quack, quack, zoo pals make eating fun! Welcome to Steinsgate, everyone. It's been a really long time since I played this, I don't know why.
Okabe,
Can you come here?
Oh, weren't we watching like baseball or something? She motions to me while holding the costume. What does she want? I'll walk over to her.
Can you hold this for me? Spread it out like flap.
Oh, how did she? I don't know how she said flap. I wanted to hear her go flap. See, I don't even know what he said, because they're not saying flap.
Mayuri, say flap again.
Flap.
Bidong? Bidong? Whatever, bro. Stop it already, perv. I follow Mayuri's directions and spread the costume out by the sleeves. She inspects it from a few paces away. It's hard to believe, given her usual ditziness, but Mayuri is very serious about her art. That's why cosplayers value her costume so highly. The costume I'm holding now is custom made for Lukako. I thought Lukako was against it, but I guess Mayuri managed to persuade her.
Okay, thanks.
Mayuri looks tired. She's been working all night. But that doesn't dim the brightness of her satisfied smile.
Finished!
It's done?
Yep, I finished before Christian. We were racing.
You win, Mayuri. Congratulations.
Damn you, assistant! She treats me and Daru like garbage, and Mayuri gets the sisterly touch.
Actually, I'm just about finished too.
Kurisu connects the two cords she's holding.
Done.
Celebration is in order. But nobody cheers.
It's a tie.
Man, I'm tired. I want Fade-san to comfort me.
I can comfort you. What, you don't want me? You don't want me to comfort your best friend? You don't want me to okay, I see how it is. Honestly, I don't feel like cheering either. And it's not because I'm tired. We worked around the clock for 3 straight days to finish the time leap machine. But now that it is complete, I realize that part of me never truly believed it would happen. I feel my enthusiasm cooling rapidly, the fire quenched by one stark question. What do we do with it? I look at Kurisu. She, too, seems less than enthused.
We may have created a monster here.
I look at the improved phone wave name subject to change again. I don't know what the difference is. The biggest change is the headgear attached to the X6800, 1000, whatever. Oh yeah, there are headphones. They're kind of like my headphones, but mine are specially made for tuning audio. It looks like something out of a low-budget cyberpunk movie. Fortunately, we don't need nerve jacks or brain chips for it to work. You just put it on and let the sensors do the rest. Why don't we decide what to call it first? I vote Heavenly Express.
Phone Wave 3rd edition, version 1.00.
Silly hat phone wave, Chad.
No consensus.
You guys have too much free time.
Yeah, what did we expect? Does that mean you're abstaining from the vote?
Time leap machine. Time leap machine.
That's terrible.
Come on, simple is best, right? I mean, simple is bestos.
She speaks English sometimes, and it's so awesome to hear.
I mean, that's what Okabe's been calling it for the past 2 days.
Looks like my assistant here has 0 naming sense.
I don't want to hear that from a Chunbyo head case like you.
Oh, so Makasei knows the word Chunbyu. I sense your otaku level is quite high.
I heard it from a friend. I have no idea where it comes from.
Ha! A bald-faced lie. I guess all of us are bald-faced, except for I did mean to shave before I recorded today, but I didn't, so my face is not bald. She should just confess to being an at-channeler. Kurisu meets my grin with an icy glare. It's up to you, Mighty. Choose one. Whenever the lab is divided on a name, the right to decide belongs to Mayuri.
I think Time Leap machine is fine. Silly hat phone wave John is super close though.
Somehow, I knew she'd say that. Like I said, simple is best. Mayuri gets it.
I want to object, but it's an unwritten rule not to complain once Mayuri's made a decision. Very well. Time leap machine it is. Assistant, explain for us all how the time leap machine works. I know the basics, but I want to hear the details. Kurisu nods and stands in front of the whiteboard. Cool.
In short, this device converts memories to data and sends them to the past. Let's begin with what we all know. By freak coincidence, the phone wave is able to produce ring singularities, much like John Titor's time machine.
Through the ring, I need a burp so bad, and I know that it's going to come up unexpectedly soon, but I don't know when.
Through the ring singularity, we're able to send up to 36 bytes of data to the past. The signal can only be received by phones. While that does limit the range of effect, it also removes an element of uncertainty from the equation. Unlike D-mails, memory data is sent in the form of a phone call, so we will be using a phone number, not an email address, to set the destination. The ring singularity is made naked and stable by a device known as a lifter. In our case, that's the 42-inch CRT downstairs.
She's explained the basics. Next, she'll explain the modifications she made to turn the phone wave name subject to change into a time leap machine. Sure.
The phone wave now has headgear attached.
Me on August 3rd, 2010? Hippocampus? What is this?
This headgear records the nerve impulses in the temporal lobe of the brain, specifically the CA3 region of the hippocampus, where memories are stored. Then, using VR technology, we encode the nerve impulses into electrical signal data.
It comes out to approximately 3.24 terabytes.
3.24 terabytes? It's less than I expected. We're talking about the entirety of a person's memories.
By the way, we'll set it up so that the data decodes automatically after a certain amount of time. Anybody well-versed in programming can do this. I had Hashida make the code. Anyway, next we'll send the memory data through the net to the LHC in France. This building has a direct line to CERN for some reason, so we can transfer data at insanely high speeds.
How long does it take to send 3.24 terabytes of data?
We have 64 direct lines in parallel, so if we send it in 64 parts, it should upload in about 45 seconds.
That's pretty fast.
Next, we hijack the LHC, create a mini black hole, and use that black hole's supergravity to compress the data into 36 bytes.
3 terabytes is about 3 trillion bytes. Compressing that into just 36 bytes, that's one hell of a squeeze. Will the compression take long?
It's practically instantaneous. 23 milliseconds or thereabouts. We're using a black hole after all.
By the way, the compression only holds the immediate vicinity of the black hole. Once the data leaves that area, it will begin to decompress on its own. This, too, takes 23 milliseconds.
It has to make it back to the X68000 and into the phone wave within that window. It's only 36 bytes. Shouldn't be a problem.
Continue, Kurisina.
While the data is being compressed, we use the phone wave to generate a Kerr singularity. When the electron discharge phenomenon occurs, we take the 36-byte data, patch it in, and send it to the past. This part is just like the D-mail. The data travels to the specified time, where it arrives at the recipient's phone. By now, 23 milliseconds should have passed, so the data will be fully decompressed. Next, the decoding program runs, converting the data back into nerve impulse signals. These signals are discharged from the phone's earpiece at approximately 0.02 amperes. I know I've seen that word. Amperes. A pretty weak charge. If the recipient has the phone to his ear, they should go straight into his brain.
Assuming he answers his phone.
If he doesn't, the transfer fails. Fortunately, we lose nothing but that copy of the memory data.
Why a phone call instead of an email?
Because we need the recipient to put the phone to his ear. Otherwise, the signals won't reach his temporal lobe.
She indicates the side of her head.
In this area, you have the frontal lobe and temporal lobe of the brain. As I explained before, the hippocampus, where memories are stored, is inside the temporal lobe. The phone sends out electrical impulses that pass through the temporal lobe and into the hippocampus, overwriting the recipient's memories. At the same time, the phone sends impulses that stimulate the frontal lobe as well. This is important. Remember that the frontal lobe is responsible for sending retrieval signals to the frontal lobe, to the temporal lobe. This is how you remember things, sure. By stimulating the frontal lobe, we force it to send retrieval signals key to the new memory data. Thus, the recipient recalls all of those memories as if they were his own. I trust everything you're saying. I vaguely understand it. That's all that you need to know. Which, of course, they are or will be in the future. This happens in less than a second. Now the recipient has the same memories as the sender. The time leap is complete. If the data came from 1 week in the future, the recipient will remember that week as if he experienced it firsthand. That would be so strange. We need to be aware that consciousness and personality aren't transferred. Both of those depend on the recipient.
Explain it with boobs.
No. Boobs! Kurisu dissolves into a blushing, stammering mess. Looks like it's up to me to answer Daru's question. Not with boobs, obviously. Let's say we send your memories to you in grade school. Right now, you're some kind of omnisexual pervert who thinks inanimate objects are hot. But in elementary school, you were still an innocent child.
I was a boring little bastard who did nothing but study. What of it?
Basically, that little bastard would suddenly have all your perverted memories, but his personality wouldn't change. It's not like you'll become that famous anime detective with the looks of a child and the brains of an adult. Oh, Detective Conan, right?
What? That sucks.
I haven't seen that, but I know that a lot of cool voice actors are in that anime. This isn't like the time leaping you see in sci-fi novels. We aren't yet capable of transferring personality and consciousness.
Ahem. Since you need a phone to receive the signal, you can only send memories to the times you had one. We also need to make sure that the sender and recipient are the same person. If someone besides your past self, your parents or a friend for instance, answers the phone, then the nerve impulse signals will be projected into their brain instead. If that happens, your memories could overwrite theirs, which could obviously cause serious damage to their psyche.
Yeah, that would be bad. Kurisu ends her explanation and takes a short breath. The lab falls into silence. I exchange glances with Kurisu and Daru. I look at Mayuri, but her expression is blank. I guess it was too complicated for her. I'm right there with her. So, I clear my throat. It's time for the $1 million question. What do we do with it?
Do with what?
The time light machine, of course. What do we do with it? For once, my assistant has nothing to say. I already know that she fears we've created a monster. Honestly, I feel the same way. After a few moments, Kurisu finally speaks.
It's too much for us to handle, that's for sure. The safest thing would be to hand it over to the government for professional research.
This isn't the first time that she's talked about handing over our experiment to the government, right? And what's her name, the part-time warrior, is very cautious of Kurisu in that she says, like, she's working for CERN. But I don't believe that she has bad intentions. You know what I mean? I don't know. I can tell that she's not pleased to have reached this conclusion. She obviously would prefer to experiment with this technology. After all, it's humanity's first time machine. We've finally taken our first steps towards godhood. I'm sure that the nations of the world would pay billions for just one look at our machine. The possibilities that it represents are limitless. And endless and limitless.
It just doesn't feel real.
Mayushi doesn't get it.
That's because you didn't work on it, Mayushi.
Oh, right.
What about you, Okabe? And I mean you, not Ho in Kyoma.
I agree with Kurisu that the time leap machine is dangerous. On the other hand, I want to experiment. I state my honest feelings. Kurisu gasps. But there are still questions we need to answer. This is unknown territory, not just for us, but for all of humanity. Who will time leap? I look to each of the lab mems in turn. Daru quickly looks away. Mayuri's expression is blank. Kurisu stares right back at me.
It's hard to choose. I'll pass.
Huh?
Not a single person here wants the honor of being history's first time traveler. Everyone, except for Mayuri, is probably thinking about what could go wrong. What if the time leap were to fail? Yeah.
It's not like CERN's time machine. The possibility of becoming a jellyman is 0. The machine sends data, not the real thing. Don't let your preconceptions influence your decision. You might say it's like a cut and paste of your brain. Actually, it's more like a copy-paste, and it's just your memories. The original doesn't get erased.
That's a very easy to understand example, but that's not the problem. Time flows in a straight line from past to present to future. At least, that's how most humans see it. This raises several questions. What if there's an error somewhere, and the data itself gets fractalized? Let's say I send my memories an hour into the past. My memories would be replaced by fractalized data. In other words, data full of tiny holes. Couldn't that cause memory loss?
I suppose.
1 hour later, we arrive once again at the present. At that time, the me who lost his memories an hour ago and the current me conflict in my brain. Which data set survives?
Logically, the present should change as soon as you send your memories to the past.
The conflicting current me disappears then. So, then it's not a copy-paste at all, is it?
I don't know. No one's ever experienced time travel before.
When we send a D-mail, the world is reconstructed based on the change we made to the past. I'm the only one who's aware of this, however.
We don't know what happens when you time leap. If it's the many worlds interpretation, like Taitor said, then the instant you time leap, it creates 2 possibilities. One where you shift to another world line, and one where you travel back in time on the same world line. Of course, there must also be a world line where the current you doesn't disappear. That would likely correspond to the present that we are experiencing right now.
But that's only if the many worlds interpretation holds in the first place. I thought you didn't believe what Taitor had to say.
I'm talking hypothetically. Taitor doesn't matter right now. Copenhagen. If it's the Copenhagen interpretation, then every possible state propagates through space as a wave function. When a particular state is observed, the remaining states collapse and that state is fixed.
Oh, that's an interesting interpretation, actually. But precise observation is impossible. The problem is who the observer is in this case.
Wouldn't it be a third party like me or Mayuri?
Dude, she's so tired. Get her home. Let her sleep. Not necessarily. It might be me. It might be someone else. It could even be God. To begin with, the Copenhagen interpretation and the many worlds interpretation are both micro-scale theories used to explain quantum interactions. No one knows whether they can be applied to humans or to the world at large. What about my personal experiences with reading Steiner? If reading Steiner is the sort of power I think it is, then the world line model is correct. In the end, we arrive at the question of where is the self?
This time leap machine only sends memories, that I guarantee. Won't the present be reconstructed at the moment of the transfer?
Aren't we just talking in circles? Can we get on with it? Whoops.
That's what happens with Okarin's reading Steiner, right?
That makes sense where D-mails are concerned. When we send a D-mail, we're obviously interfering in past events. But time leaping is different. All you do is send your memories to the past, which isn't the same thing as sending a targeted D-mail. Whether the me who suddenly remembers 1 hour ago into the future will, in fact, change the past is something we can't know until it happens.
I'm getting confused. It sounds like we're talking about the soul. Isn't that a religious question?
Wait, you guys are misunderstanding something. 1 hour isn't enough time for your personality to change. You should be the same person 1 hour ago that you are now. The only difference is that you'll have an extra hour's worth of memories.
How can you be sure?
Well, I can't. Nobody's tried it before.
This discussion's going nowhere. Yeah, you think? Personality and consciousness can't be strictly defined, so it's hard to imagine what might happen.
So, which is it?
We don't know. We can argue the theories all we want, but in the end, we can only guess. This experiment may end up shattering preconceptions scientists and philosophers have held for centuries.
We won't know until we try. That pretty much sums it up. To make matters worse, the subject must be prepared to risk damage to their psyche. Kurisu, Daru, and I say no more. We can't solve this problem. This is our limit as scientists. But haven't we accomplished enough already? The time-leap machine itself is worthy of a Nobel Prize. We could sell this technology for billions if we so choose. And if we go public with the time-leap machine, we can break CERN's monopoly on time travel technology. That's enough. It has to be.
Hey!
Mighty, who has been observing the discussion with glassy eyes, opens her mouth to speak.
I have an idea. Why don't we make a banana time leap instead?
Oh, Mayuri. Bananas don't have brains like people do.
Oh, you need a brain, huh?
Mayuri never changes. The atmosphere in the room gets a little more relaxed. Let's not experiment. We'll entrust the time-leap machine to a suitable research institution. Then, we'll announce it to the world. Thanks to the lightening of the mood, I can finally say what was on my mind. Neither Kurisu or Daru objects. Interesting. That's crazy that he's not gonna try an experiment. I mean, he's all about chaos and being the Time Lord, right? But I guess deep down he really is worried. No one has touched the time-leap machine since that discussion. Ridiculous as it sounds, I can't shake the feeling that it might suck my memories out and fling them into the past. Oh, the machine does have its appeal, of course. We're all tempted by the idea of becoming humanity's first time leapers, yet the fear of what could happen won out in the end. Perhaps as a way to forget our fears and move on, we decide to hold a celebration to mark the completion of the device. Everyone feels the need to let loose after working so hard on the project. Am I going to see this celebration this time? I have Daru order pizza while Kurisu and I go shopping for snacks. Akiba has always had a lack of supermarkets. That hasn't changed even with the anime stores gone. After we finish shopping, Kurisu and I walk along the evening streets. She looks like she's got something to say. She keeps stealing glances at me. Are you upset?
Upset?
She frowns, like she didn't expect that question. Finally, she faces this way. About our decision not to attempt a time-leap experiment.
No, I'm not upset. Humans are temporal beings.
That's a Heidegger quote.
Okay.
I was actually relieved when you made the decision not to use the machine.
If you hadn't been there, I might not have been able to stop myself. Thank you.
What's this? Gratitude? Does she have a fever? I put my hand to her forehead to check. Kurisu twitches.
What are you doing?
You're talking like an assistant for a change. I thought you might have a fever. I dropped my hand. Hold on. Sorry, I felt a little extra phlegmy today. I guess I should take my Flonase or whatever.
I'm not grateful to you or anything, okay?
Her voice is louder than it should be, and several people glance at us. Kurisu blushes and hangs her head. If Daru were here, he'd probably get all excited and say,
A real tsundere, sweet!
Anyway,
Kurisu clears her throat and returns to her usual sour expression.
that thank you was just a formality. Don't get me wrong, okay?
Of course! I only did what I had to. I'm the founder of the Future Gadget Lab, Hoin Kyoma. My first priority is to protect the welfare of my lab mems. So I have no need for your thanks.
And yet you always talk about plunging the world into chaos.
You are my allies, and the world is my enemy.
I'm speechless. You're too self-righteous.
You say speechless, yet you're speaking.
Don't argue semantics.
It's quite mysterious, really. It's only been 2 weeks since Kurisu and I met, and yet it already feels natural for us to be walking together, exchanging banter like this. Perhaps pooling our efforts to create something new, dangerous though it may be, has brought us closer together. I admit that her knowledge and skills are impressive. I'd like her to remain at the lab if at all possible, but she said she's going back to America this month. It's already been the 13th. It's already the 13th, so I wonder when she plans to return. I decide to ask her.
Oh yeah, I forgot to get a plane ticket. I got too caught up in improving the phone wave.
Going public with the time leap machine will send the world into an uproar. We also plan to expose CERN, remember? You may not be able to go back to America for some time.
I guess you're right. I should call Mama and let her know.
Looks like things are going to get busy. Naturally, I want Kurisu to stay with us to the end. That's sweet. A little bit after we return to the lab, Mayuri gets back. Where was she?
I'm back!
Hi, Mayuri. Seems Mayuri went to Lukako's. Suzuha shows up a few minutes later, and our development council comes to order. Daru ordered 3 pizzas. We also line up all the snacks we bought on the table. It's just like the party we had a few days ago to cheer up Suzuha. Mayuri wanted to decorate the room, but since everyone's tired, I dismissed it as unnecessary. Looks like Suzuha managed to retrieve her jacket from Mr. Braun.
Man, that was terrible. I was stuck looking like an exhibitionist all day.
You were in a tank top, girl, come on. The Braun Tube's workshop's closed. Suzuha made sure the 42-inch CRT was turned off, so there's no need to fear any malfunction from the time leap machine. A heavy sigh escapes my throat. I realize that I've been tense and nervous since the time leap machine was completed. Now I can finally relax. The topic of the time leap machine has become taboo. Even Kurisu doesn't bring it up during the meeting. Daru, what did you order? Why did you order the exact same pizza as before? I opened the pizza boxes to find the exact same ones he got for Suzuha's party.
Because I like it.
Naturally, I'm not amused.
Okarin! I called Felice-chan and Luka-chan, but they said they couldn't come.
Oh, do they have plans?
Felice-chan has a Rhineland tournament.
Crap, I should have gone to cheer. How careless of me.
And Luka-chan seems embarrassed for some reason.
Okay, fair enough.
Maybe she thinks you'll wear her costume again.
You still haven't convinced her to cosplay? That was the point. Then what was the point of completing the costume?
She said it was embarrassing. I keep telling her cuteness is justice, but she never listens.
Cuteness is justice. Is that what they say?
You're cute too, Chris-chan.
Kurisu doesn't know how to react. She blushes, and Mayuri starts teasing her like a drunk old man. There's no alcohol at this party, of course, and she's not an old man.
Hey, Komima's coming up. Wanna go? I can't make something new, but I have a costume of post-awakening Syra from Blood Tune I made last year. I think the size is just right for Chris-chan, too.
Me? Cosplay?
Kurisu looks conflicted, then she murmurs.
I'm sorta interested.
She sure could have fooled us before, pretending to have no interest in otaku culture.
But I refuse to do it in public, though.
You don't have to show everyone, but eventually you'll want them to see the cosplay demon compels you.
The cosplay demon? Dude, come on, she hangs around you. Obviously she's gonna talk like that.
That reminds me, Chris-chan, you're always wearing that cute uniform. What school is it from?
Oh, this?
Kurisu lifts up her necktie.
I attended Ayamain for about 2 weeks. I modeled this outfit after their uniform.
Ah, Their uniform is really cute, but you made it even cuter. You may have really good design sense. I'll bring the costume tomorrow, okay? Will you try it on then?
Sure.
Ah, looks like Kurisu approves of the cuteness is justice philosophy. That's sweet that they're like coming around and just sistering it out.
When's the photo shoot? Good to know you're still a pervert, Hashira. Come on, it's Platoon Sierra! She's got Pan Moro going on.
What?
Pan Moro?
I see.
No way.
It's okay, daijoubu. You might not know this, but last year there was a really popular saying. They're not panties, so it's not embarrassing.
What, is it like the Sailor Moon thing? It's just like a one big leotard?
It's plenty embarrassing, trust me.
Wear it, okay? It's a promise.
Suzuha. I forgot she was here.
Maybe you shouldn't.
Oh, wait, I forgot she's here. She doesn't like Kurisu.
Maybe you shouldn't bother.
Suzuha speaks, her tone sharp. She's scowling at Kurisu again. Suddenly, the atmosphere in the room changes. Uh-oh. That's sick.
You're asking for trouble by trusting Makise Kurisu. What's that supposed to mean?
Naturally, my strong-willed assistant isn't one to back down from a fight. Sparks fly between the two girls.
I've been meaning to ask, did I do something to you?
Not to me, but I know everything you have done.
What do you mean? I've done nothing to be guilty of.
Perhaps, but I know your true nature.
Wow, you can see into my heart? That's groundbreaking technology. I'd love to hear how it works.
It's not science, it's a prediction.
So you're just making it up?
I know.
Uh-oh, we've got a situation here. Major Tom!
Okabe!
Mighty clings to me with teary eyes.
Stop them from fighting!
This looks like a job for the one and only Hoin Kyoma. I insert myself between the two girls. Back off! Break it up, you two. I, Hoin Kyoma, shall decide this dispute. They both glare at me. Hoin Kyoma together! Although I'm afraid for my life, I harden my resolve. The mission must succeed. First, I focus on Kurisu. Huh! Assistant! I didn't raise you this way. Okay, Dad.
You didn't raise me at all.
If you want to become a true mad scientist, you must learn to keep your emotions in check, even as you cackle your way to victory.
Nobody asked you, and I'm already a scientist.
Yeah. Okay. Next, I switch focus to Suzuha. Warrior! Your enemy is CERN, remember? You must conserve your strength for Ragnarok.
I warned you before, Okabe Rintaro. Makise Kurisu is a threat.
What? You're going to mention that here? Now?
Oh, what's this about, Okabe?
Their eyes are like laser beams boring into my skull. I want nothing more than to flee for my life. But Mayuri's watching me anxiously. I need to defuse the situation. Looks like neither of you is willing to back down. So be it. Fight to your heart's content. Fight until there is no more fight to be had. Then share a manly handshake by the river and let friendship blossom. But in the future, when it comes time for you to venture out into the real world, I hope you remember one thing. Nobody likes a mood killer.
Shut up!
Shut up!
Getting yelled at by both of them at the same time sends shivers down my spine. It's coming. I quickly seize my right arm. Why now of all times? Calm down, right arm of mine! I turn around and head back to Mayuri. I'm sorry, Mayuri. At this rate, I'll end up hurting those two. I have no choice. The rest is up to you.
Jeez.
Mayuri puffs her cheeks out and goes over to the two girls.
Guys, Mayushi doesn't like it when you fight. Let's all get along, okay?
Hearing this, the two combatants reluctantly comply. I expected this would happen. Mayuri is the oil that keeps the gears of this lab churning along. The throbbing in my right arm dissipates. Dun dun, dun dun, dun dun. Daru comes over to chat with Suzuha, and gradually peace returns to the lab. Kurisu is in the development room, making a call, probably to her mother in America. I sit on the sofa and watch TV while sipping Dr. P. The TV is running a game show where contestants guess the prices of popular items at high-class restaurants. Mayuri sits down next to me. She peels a banana and begins eating it. Oh, there's a bit of that burp I was talking about earlier. I made chicken wings for lunch, and I had bell peppers with it. It was good, but I always get a bit burpy afterwards.
Hey, Okabe!
Mayuri slowly looks around the lab, smiling all the while.
It's been really lively here the past few weeks, huh?
Yeah, I guess it has. I established the Future Gadget Laboratory around the time I entered college. It was the first step in my plan to bring chaos to the world. That was around the middle of March this year, which means it's been almost 5 months. Not half a month after it was established, Mayuri showed up. I'm still not sure why, and became a lab mem. For about a month, it was just me and Mayuri. Then, in early May, I finally got Daru to join. All it took was telling him that the lab is just a 3-minute walk from May Queen plus Neon Squared. We already did all this, didn't we? This location is on the outskirts of Akiba, has always been quiet. Mayuri isn't the type to object to every little thing like Kurisu, nor the type to make dumb jokes like Daru, so the lab was very peaceful back in those days. It was quite a pleasant place to be. And now, the lab mem count has increased to 8. It happened in the blink of an eye, or so it seems. They didn't come today, but Lukiko visits occasionally, and Fades is a familiar face at May Queen plus Neon Squared, or at least, that's where she was before May Queen disappeared. I remember feeling out of place the first time I came to Akiba, but now it's like a second home.
It's fun!
Mayuri too seems pleased by the increase in lab mems.
Now that there are 8 lab mems, Mayushi thinks it's getting a little cramped in here. First, we don't have enough chairs.
The sofa only has room for 2. Then there's Daru's personal desk chair. Those are the only chairs in the lounge. There are some pipe chairs in the development room, but they need to stay there.
We should buy more. Do you have money, Okabe?
New chairs will take all my savings. Then I'd need to get a part-time job again.
I guess you can use some of my salary. We need a new microwave too. Otherwise I can't warm up my juicy chicken #1.
Yeah, sorry about that. Cutting off Mayuri's chicken supply might actually kill her. But Mayuri, when we turn over the time weight machine, the reward money will solve all of our problems.
Will it be enough to pay for chairs and a microwave on top of the higher rent?
It'll be enough. More than enough.
Wow, that's great, Okabe.
Why are you so happy?
Just look, we've made so many friends. There's Daru-kun, Chris-chan, Luka-chan, Suzu-san, Moika-san, Fades-chan, Bron-san, Mei-chan, and more.
You included Bron-chan? Or whatever? She gazes wistfully into the distance.
In the spring, when you started this lab, you seemed so lonely. But now you're fine. You don't need me to be your hostage anymore.
You keep bringing this up, Mayuri, but I'm fine with it if you're fine with it, girl. What do you mean? I tried to ask, but before I can finish. Oh, geez. An urgent news bulletin appears on the TV. And we'll just have to figure out what this news bulletin is trying to warn us of. Next time on Steinsgate, baby! I don't mean for these all to be 40 minutes long, but 30 minutes just feels a little short. I don't know. 40 minutes feels a little on the longer side. I always try and stop between like 30 and 40 minutes, but it always runs long. I just can't stop myself. Thanks for tuning in. If you want, like the video, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell icon. It would mean a lot. I hope you have a great day, okay? I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.